Okay, yeah, things are going bad really fast. Let's go ahead and close all watertight doors. I'm going to immediately start switching on these ballast tanks, and hopefully that'll right the ship, or at least keep the ship at a somewhat normal angle, because this is just wild. And it does look like that door down there is starting to flood, so the water is really quickly going to start taking the vessel down. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I am back in Stormworks, and we're going to be checking out this really cool nuclear-powered research vessel. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Alright, so here I am on board. We've got the bridge here, and there is quite a lot of stuff here. It is a very, very detailed ship. I'll show you a decent portion of the interior, and then we're going to try to sink the ship while saving some of the passengers on board. But first things first, let's go ahead and get everything going. And it basically comprises of switching all of these circuit breakers on. Now, I do have infinite electric to help me get this started up, so yeah, I would recommend reading the description for this build, because that'll help you out a lot too. But for me, I'm just doing it the fast way by turning on infinite electric and basically just running with it. Oh, that's pretty cool. We got a car deck camera. We do have one on board, of course, as you can see there, so we'll go explore that in just a moment. But first, we've actually got to go down to the reactor room to start up the reactor. Now, there is a heating system on board, but I do notice from time to time I will see the, the icon on the bottom right showing that I'm freezing a little bit. So I'm not sure if we have to get the reactor going to get the heating on, but yeah, we'll find out. So we'll get the systems going, then the boiler and turbine, and then click the condensers, and here we go. But yeah, as you can see, things are going pretty well. We're going to turn the clutch down to 0 to start with, because I did play with it a little bit earlier, and it looks like you have to start at 0 and then bring it back to 1. Again, I haven't read the manual, so it's probably different, but yeah. And it doesn't look like we're moving, so let's go back down to the reactor room and try again. So here we go, we'll bring it down to 0, and then back to 1, and, well, it did something. The noise is changing, so maybe that's a good sign. Oh, and it is a good sign. Look at that. The ship is moving. By the way, we're going to move these passengers inside because it's really cold outside. But yeah, another really cool thing on board is we have a ballast system, so if something goes wrong, we can always readjust the ship so it's level. And yeah, things should be pretty good from here. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a look around some of the public spaces in the ship. So we'll start back here. We got this really cool sliding door. We'll turn on the light as well. And back from there, we've got a really cool looking atrium. Anyways, from there, we've got this really cool shop area. You can see there is a bunch of stuff on sale here, and some stuff on the other side too. We got some pretty cool views of the icebergs. Going forward of there, we've got a staircase going down further into the ship, and a watertight door. So yeah, these can actually close, and they have an alarm with it as well. Over here, we've got a seating area with a bathroom and what looks to be an access panel. Let's take a look. This looks like the controls for the anchor, which is pretty cool. So yeah, pretty cool stuff, and a really nice place to explore. Here we have the med bay, and yeah, if you're injured, you can come over here and, well, heal up. Anyways, what we're going to be doing today is we are going to be detonating an explosive device on the hull of the ship and seeing what we can do to recover the vessel. It's going to be pretty interesting. And there's a lot of features that come with the ship, even some that actually sink the ship for you. So it's like a scuttle system, but it's really well built into the ship. You can actually find that control panel in the car deck area. So yeah, if you want to sink it that way, you can. But today we're doing it with some explosives. Alright, so in a quick jump cut, the ship has been stopped and I've got some explosives. So we're going to hop overboard and try to sink this thing. So let's go ahead and let's just select a random place on the hull. This looks pretty good over here. And we're going to imagine there was just something that happened. Doesn't even need to be an explosion. Maybe the ship ripped into a rock and, yeah, started taking on water. We're going to simulate something like that. And, yeah, here we go. So let me go ahead and swim back a little bit. And in 3, 2, 1. Well, there it is. Okay, yeah, things are going bad really fast. Let's go ahead and close all watertight doors and start activating the bilge pumps, and we'll go ahead and shut off that warning because we already know something's pretty bad here. I'm going to immediately start switching on these ballast tanks, and hopefully that'll right the ship, or at least keep the ship at a somewhat normal angle, because this is just wild. Using no clip, we can actually see the ship is basically tilting completely onto its side. It's got a little bit of that superstructure there, which is sort of keeping it up, but it actually looks like it may completely keel over. At this point, I can just walk on the side of the ship. That's how bad the angle is, and I'm going to use this to my advantage to actually get into the ship, because walking through those hallways at that angle is, one, going to be super claustrophobic, and two, I may get trapped if the ship rolls completely over. So by using these doors, it allows me to have a quick escape if something were to go catastrophically wrong, which, now that I say that, that's already happened. So here we are in the reactor control area. Oh, well, that's flooded. So actually, you know what? The first thing that I'm going to do here is shut down this reactor so we don't have any massive catastrophes. So I've just clicked the emergency rod release. That's going to drop into the reactor and hopefully stop the reaction that's going on in the reactor and make everything stable. Let's go through this watertight door and see how bad the damage really is. So we'll just try to hop through here. Doesn't look like it's working so well. It's a little too thin for me to jump through on the side. Oh, wow, the battery compartment's bad. Okay, so to get through the ship, I actually have to climb over seats, because as you can see, look at this, I can't get through here because of the way it's designed, and that's not a fault of the creator. That's because this ship was never meant to be in this precarious position. It was never designed for this. So yeah, now we're in the shop area, and you can see the water flooding in. This is quite scary. However, one thing I do need to find is winter clothing. I'm gonna die soon if I keep freezing here, because, well, yeah, it's just bad. You know what? I think the cabins might have it, but that is quite a distance from here. Oh my gosh. Well, I just fell all the way through. Alright, let's go through this cabin. Alright, there we go. Alright, there it is. Yep. I'm gaining my warmth back, so that's good. Now, one thing I do want to do, because the ship is still above the water, is possibly get a helicopter, land it on the side of the ship, get some of the survivors into the helicopter, fly them to dry land, and then return and do the same thing. It also looks like we've got a major oil spill developing. Now for this, I'm going to use the preset ambulance helicopter, so we're going to go ahead and get it started up here. It's going to take some clever maneuvering here to get this thing down, but I'm pretty sure we can do it. Let's go ahead and turn down the throttle here. Oh gosh, that was a mistake. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, yep. So we are still sliding down the side. Okay, so to get the helicopter down onto the ship, I think I have to lock one of the skids onto the railing. So we're going to try that. Hey, that works. It's teetering a little bit, but it's working. Now, if I bring the throttle all the way down, let's see, will this work? Here we go. Oh my gosh, it worked. I do see some people out in the water over here. Let's try to grab one of these guys. Oh yeah, this person is unfortunately deceased. Wow, this is really strange. Standing on the side of the ship, as it's sinking with a helicopter landed on the ship. At this point, I'm not seeing too much hope with the ship anymore. I'm probably going to abandon and let it sink, because that's all we can really do at this point, is just watch it go down. Alright, so let's say goodbye here, and yeah, get the starter going, get the throttle up, and here we go. We're leaving the ship behind. But yep, that's it. That's what's left of it. It was unable to survive a pretty catastrophic explosion, and if we were able to keep it upright, we may have been able to keep it going and then get it to dry land, but at the stage that we were able to start moving water over to the other side of the ship, it was already too late. And it does look like that door down there is starting to flood, so the water is really quickly going to start taking the vessel down. Let's see if we can get another view at that door. Yep, there it is. It's flooding. Yeah, I think this is it, folks. The doors are completely underwater there, and it's barely staying afloat. And there it is. The ship goes under, and it is making its way to the bottom. Well then, that was really cool. If you want to check out anything you saw in this video, links will be in the description. And if you've enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and a comment. And I'll see you all next time, guys. Goodbye.